So, okay, I'm here at the hospital. I'm about to run my drug test.
In the age of social media, truth no longer arrives quietly. It comes loud, it comes fast, and sometimes it comes fractured. A single video, a single allegation, a single name trending across continents for months. One story has refused to die. A Nollywood star, a powerful marriage, a public breakdown, and a question that refuses to go away. Who is telling the truth? This is not a story about fame alone. It's a story about power, reputation, and the cost of living your life in public. Today on Update People TV, we trace the timeline, the claims, the counterclaims, and the moments that changed everything. This is the Regina Daniels saga.
Can you imagine? Wait! Can you imagine
this? In 2019, Nigeria watched a story unfold like a modern fairy tale. Regina Daniels, young, successful, and one of Nollywood's most recognizable faces, announced her marriage to billionaire businessman and politician Senator Nwoko. The age gap sparked debate, the wealth sparked fascination, the power dynamic sparked controversy, but Regina appeared unbothered. On social media, she posted images of luxury, family life, and motherhood. To many, she looked protected, to others, controlled. Yet for years, the marriage remained intact, at least publicly until it didn't. In October 2025, everything changed. A video surfaced online. In it, Regina Daniels appeared visibly emotional, shaken, distressed, speaking about her marriage. She did not use legal language. She did not read from a prepared statement. What she shared felt raw.
Guys, I tried. I'm not trying. I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm losing my mind and it's not making any sense. I'm finally crying in front of everybody. But please, what am I even begging for? I don't know. Do you guys think it's easy? Every time I'm waking up, I'm saying one thing. Oh, my brother online. Today I hear good news. Oh, it's about to be free. Tomorrow I hear another thing. Like, what's the problem? But I've tried. I'll go. I'll go back. I'll go back.
She alleged emotional distress. She suggested mistreatment. She made it clear she could no longer remain silent. The internet reacted instantly. Support poured in, criticism followed, and within hours, the narrative had split into two camps, those who believed her and those who didn't. Soon after Regina's emotional outcry, Senator Nwoko responded. His tone was firm, measured, and strategic. He denied all allegations of abuse, but he introduced a new narrative, one that would dominate headlines for months. According to him, the issues in the marriage were not about violence or control, they were about substance abuse. He alleged that Regina Daniels was struggling with drugs and alcohol. He claimed her behavior had changed. He insisted that rehabilitation was necessary, not as punishment but as protection. It was a serious allegation, and once spoken publicly, it could not be taken back. What followed was not a private negotiation, it was a public war of words.
They took this place for 4 days, and it was 4 days of partying for them. It was 4 days of drinking and smoking and all that goes with it. I can tell you that. Quote me. Okay? Because we have the evidence. You know, as a lawyer, I don't say things that I don't know. I work with evidence. You understand? We have evidence, and I'm sure some people of you they say, okay, when you talk to somebody like me, you know you're not talking to a normal person, yes? I'm not a normal person. Don't think I'm normal like you, if you know what I mean. Because I have a level, I have a standard. You understand it? So I don't talk anyhow. The fact that they were here between the 9th that they checked into the 13th or so, and they had drinks and drugs, is documented. Documented. And we have written police statements to that effect. The fact that they also had fights with the owners of this hotel and guests in this hotel is also documented. You were there, even with you. May God bless you. Have I met you before? Please tell them, have I met you before? No. In one of those days, Regina called me and said that he blocked the two gates. And that I should call the police commissioner to make sure that nobody leaves the hotel. I said, for what? Don't tell me to do that, for what? He said that her doctor came to see her and the husband slapped her and that because of that she didn't want anybody to leave the hotel or go inside the hotel. He said, you can't do that. You cannot do that. It's only in Nigeria you get somebody with a warped up mind that will think they could just come to the hotel and block the hotel. Maybe some of you will do it. But I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. So I told her I couldn't. That she told me that they used some of her cars. She had about 6 cars. Yes, she had 6 cars. But she, right?
2 branded cars.
Well, I'm just saying that she used the cars to block the entrance to the hotel. So I told her to make sure. But of course, she didn't do it until the police became involved. She didn't remove. I mean, they blocked it for hours. Over how many hours?
About 2 hours.
Yes.
Because I was here. About 40 before. No.
Look, let me tell you, whether you like it or not, I'm not saying things to please you. And I wouldn't say anything to, because I don't know, yes, I know some of the faces here, because some of you are, I know you, yes? Have I seen you before? You look at somebody that I know, yes? Who else knows me here? I mean, one-on-one, that I've seen, yes? You're from Asaba, that's why you know me, yes? You are a cousin, yes? And you too, yes? Who else? Who else? You? Yeah, don't make side comments. Because I don't need to be here, but I'm here. I'm here to talk about life and respect. But we should title today's meeting as Life and Respect. So the police became involved, and some of them were arrested. Gina's brothers and sisters were also arrested.
Regina fired back repeatedly. In a series of social media posts, she rejected the label of drug addict. She accused her husband of using the allegation as a weapon, a way to discredit her claims and control the narrative. She admitted to something important: ecstasy, commonly known as molly, but she drew a clear line. She said she was not addicted. She said she never used hard drugs. And she said the story had been exaggerated beyond recognition. Her message was simple: I am not perfect, but I am not what they are trying to paint me as.
Hi everyone, it's Regina Daniels. You know, I don't believe that I would sit in front of this camera again trying to clear up an accusation that was sent to destroy me. You know why? I don't fight my battles. I leave them to God. Because I believe so deeply that any mouth raised to speak evil against me will in time use the same mouth to speak good. Well, it's a new year, and with it came a moment of clarity. I realized that there are certain narratives I can no longer allow linger over my name as a public figure. I also realized how many people love me, look up to me, support me, and believe in me. And I would never want that love or loyalty to be met with shame or doubt. One thing I underestimated is the strong personality God blessed me with, and the overwhelming love I receive from my family, my fans, friends, and those who just generally believe in me. They stood firmly by me when everything felt heavy. And some people walked away, which is totally fine, because I understand that people rarely want to be associated with what looks like failure. And not everyone can stand when storms arise. I mean, tell me, what better way to tear down a brand than drugs? Still, I am endlessly grateful for the opportunity to speak my truth and to reclaim my story. Believe me when I say, taking this test, it's not just about clearing my name. It's about giving a strong and confident voice to those who believe in me. And above all, to give my children something priceless. Pride. That when they grow up to the proper age of understanding, they would know that your mother was never a drug addict. Regina Daniels is not a drug addict. I'm aware that many will make reference to the past posts I made about drugs. But that belongs to the old version of me. That shouldn't or will never define who I am today. And please note, I was never on any hard drugs or any nonsense fabricated online. I will sue. I will definitely sue at the appropriate time. And honestly speaking, the only drugs I was associated with was ecstasy, popularly known as money. Believe it or not, there was a reason for that, which I will explain. Which I will never ever explain anymore. It hurts so much to watch a brand my family and I built with love, patience, sacrifice, and consistency nearly torn apart. But God stood firmly. Yes, He said no. And that's a grace no man, no one can ever contend with. I also want to say a big thank you to everyone who stood by me. I love and appreciate you all. And to those I disappointed, please accept my sincere apologies. But trust me, your disappointment will not last for long. It's not by my power, but by the grace of God. Thank you so much, everyone, and a happy new year.
Then came the document. A medical report, allegedly from a hospital, began circulating online. It claimed Regina Daniels had tested positive for multiple substances. Blogs ran with it. Commentators dissected it. The public judged it. But the hospital named in the document responded swiftly. They denied releasing any report. They denied leaking confidential information. They questioned the authenticity of the document itself. Suddenly, the evidence everyone thought they had was no longer solid, and the story became even murkier. Behind every viral headline was a quieter truth. Children were involved. Reports emerged suggesting that access to the children was tied to Regina undergoing rehabilitation. No full court documents were made public. Details remained scarce, but the implication was heavy. For Regina, the allegations were no longer just about her reputation, they were about motherhood, about legacy, and about how our children would one day understand this chapter of her life. As weeks turned into months, the noise did not fade. Every post was analyzed, every appearance scrutinized, every silence interpreted. Supporters accused the system of silencing a young woman. Critics accused her of manipulation, but through it all, one thing was missing: closure. Then in January 2026, Regina Daniels made a decision. She went to a hospital, she requested a drug test, and she allowed the process to be documented, not in a courtroom, not through lawyers, but publicly. When the result came out, she spoke. Her words were calm, deliberate, personal. She said, "Taking this test is not just about clearing my name, it's about giving my children something priceless. So when they are old enough, they will know their mother was never a drug addict." It was the most direct response yet. The reaction was immediate. Some applauded her courage, others questioned the timing. Skeptics asked why it took so long. Public figures weighed in. Fans took sides. But for the first time in months, the narrative shifted from accusation to accountability. So, what is the truth? Here's what is verified. Regina Daniels publicly denied drug addiction. She admitted limited past use but rejected the label placed on her. She voluntarily underwent a drug test and shared the outcome. Senator Nwoko denied abuse allegations. He maintained that substance abuse was at the root of the marital crisis. Leaked documents remain disputed. Full legal records remain private. There is no publicly released court ruling declaring either side guilty. This story is not just about Regina Daniels, it is about what happens when private conflicts become public trials, when power meets vulnerability, when reputation becomes collateral damage, when motherhood meets media judgment. In Nigeria and beyond, we must ask, who controls the narrative, who benefits from silence, and who pays the price? As of today, the Regina Daniels saga remains unresolved in the court of public opinion, but one thing is certain: the internet never forgets, and children always ask questions. Whether this chapter ends in reconciliation, resolution, or continued dispute, history will remember not just what was said, but how it was said. This is Update People TV, bringing context, bringing clarity, bringing the full picture.